So,
ladies and gentlemen, I just would like you to know this is my niece, Diane. Don't tell me what to say, Diane, because I'm going to say it. And this is my sweet, darling, wonderful niece. And she was Miss Washington. See how she is? Miss Washington. And we were.
don't have to butter me up before I do my roast.
We were very proud of her, but she doesn't like us to tell anybody that. I don't know why. She's certainly, that was an honor. That was a good thing.
Only 50 years ago.
Well, you're still pretty.
Well, my first thing I was actually going to say was about Daryl and Roberts, because it hadn't been mentioned. This was incredible food and cocktails and fabulous. Man.
Good stuff.
Too bad you aren't all as tight with them as Bev is. Imagine everyone getting them at your party. Well, I haven't seen Bev since 94. No, 99. Wow. And I actually was thinking, other than I've talked to her over the years and whatever, and same Bev and whatever, but I was really thinking, I mean, this has been 10 years. And so there's going to be really physical, and there's going to be changes. And I was real curious because her sister, my mother, Wilma, has gone through a lot of health issues, and even though she's smart and swift and whatever, but major. So I was really curious as to how Bev was going to be physically after 10 years at 80 years old. So yesterday when we came over, Terry and I'd bring the chairs and some tables and stuff, and Bev was going to go get her hair fixed. She was going to be gone, I thought, and then all of a sudden the car whipped up and was come over to say hi to me on her way, and I was absolutely, honest to God, shocked. Because to me, and honestly, she had not aged. To me, she looked younger now than she did in 99. And I thought, my God, I mean, it was almost like Twilight Zone. I thought, oh, but anyway, then that's like suck up.
Yeah,
so,
now we're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Right, because I hadn't seen her since 99.
And
you know, I haven't heard
know
anything
anything bad about
I hadn't seen all the wonderful things she's done since then, even though I knew all the stuff growing up and sweet. And actually, everyone used to say, you're just like your Aunt Bev. When I was bad. But I'm glad I was. Anyway, so Tammy and I have been staying with Terry the last couple of days and thinking of things, and before I came, and then Bev would send me back emails and warn me what I could say and not, so I kind of just tossed all that to the wind. I thought, well, once I got here, I could just kind of listen about some stories or what she's been doing over the last 10 years, and then with Terry, and then by happenstance, which was so fortunate, I had to be upstairs, and it was in the upstairs bedroom of Terry and Mike's, and I came across their Bible, and there were some little treasures in the Bible. And one of them was from Bev. And it was so precious. It was so precious, so I had to read it. And it was, it said, Dear Ellie and Lucy, Terry and Mike, I wrote the following message for you all to have. And plus, I had already talked to a few people, and they had told me about some little trials and tribulations, maybe driving problems or stuff over the years, maybe a couple of little accidents. So this one was so appropriate because it was just like a real feel-good story, you know. So it said, I wrote the following message for you all to have. It was such a wonderful day spent with my grandchildren. We all had an incredible experience with so many people we had never met before. We all need to remember those special moments in our lives. Here goes. This happened in September, October, or November of 2005, 2006, or 2007, or later. I can't remember exactly when I wrote this. And the title is One of My Most Special Days. And here it goes. The other day I went up to our local Christian bookstore with Ellie and Lucy and saw a Honk If You Love Jesus bumper sticker. I was feeling particularly sassy that day because I had earlier had a thrilling choir performance followed by a thunderous prayer meeting. So I bought the sticker and put it on my bumper. Boy, am I glad I did. What an uplifting experience that followed. I was stopped at a red light at a busy intersection, just lost in thought about the Lord and how good He is, and I didn't notice that the light had changed. It's a good thing that someone else loves Jesus. Because if I hadn't honked, I'd never have noticed. I found that lots of people love Jesus. While I was sitting there, the guy behind me started honking like crazy. And then he leaned out the window and screamed, "For love of God. Go, 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 Jesus Christ, go." What an exuberant cheerleader he was for Jesus. Everyone started honking. I just leaned out my window and started waving and smiling at all those loving people. I even honked my horn a few times to share in the love. There must have been a man from Florida back there because I heard him yell something about Sunny Beach. I saw another guy waving in a funny way with only his middle finger stuck up in the air. I asked my young grandchildren, Ellie and Lucy, in the back seat what that meant. And they said it was probably a Hawaiian good luck sign or something. Well, I don't know anyone from Hawaii, so I leaned out the window and gave him the good luck sign right back. Ellie and Lucy burst out laughing. Why, even they were enjoying this religious experience. A couple of the people were so caught up in the joy of the moment, they got out of their cars and started walking towards me. I bet they wanted to pray or ask what church I attended. But this is when I noticed the light had changed. So I waved at all my brothers and sisters, grinning, and drove through the intersection. I noticed then that we were the only car that got through the intersection before it changed again. And felt kind of sad that I had to leave them after all the love we had shared. So I slowed the car down, leaned out the window, and gave them all the Hawaiian one last time when we drove away. Then I said, "Praise the Lord for such wonderful folks." Yeah.